From the site that many call the loudest in the NFL, we are inside GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the New York Giants and the Kansas City Chiefs. Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And into a sea of red, we're underway in Kansas City. They'll start out on the ground. And right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they have the football.
Game for your guys on offense. And how's the defense going to handle it? Because no one expects to run out on the field on the first play and have to all of a sudden start to play themselves.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And the
judge trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground incomplete.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones. And this will be caught. It's Isaiah Hodgins. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
That you pay big money to sack the quarterback? They also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
2nd down, here's Barkley again. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. He had a minimal gain on 1st down. Now they stop him for no gain. What do you think, going in a different direction on 3rd down?
Could very well be. I'll guarantee he's asking for the ball 3rd time to try and make up for the first 2. But his QB might very well say, well, my man, maybe next series. Let's try someone else on this play.
And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. It was Frank Clark that time who got in there to bring him down.
Because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
They're going to try and throw. Buying time to his left. Open target here, Darius Slayton. But they're going to wrap him up. Doesn't pay off. And it'll be a turnover on downs. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got him in. Complete. Touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster. 27 yards. And the Chiefs are on the board first here this afternoon. Mahomes will throw for it. It's caught. And it's 8-0. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky. There it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 20. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down. Jones hit and the ball's out. And I think the Chiefs have it. They do.
Well, my friend, this is certainly
set.
Yeah, and whoever can do that can seize firm control of this game. Something they haven't done with the ball so far.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. That's going to be caught. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2. And the conversion good. He's got it. Coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
To throw again on second down. Jones on the move to his left. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things settled down a little.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 47. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Jones. Bellinger hauls it in out left side. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. 16-0. That's the score after 1. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. Throwing Jones. He's got the tight end, Vanette. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. And he'll throw this one away. But I don't think he was out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag.
The old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
And Jones going to keep once more. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the kick. There really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so he didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. Now Jones throwing on 4th down. Over the middle, caught by Bellinger. And they'll wind up getting this one. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Well, wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right out. Continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown.
Defensively, especially in the red zone, you've got to be able to at least slow him down and hold on for dear life. But he's able to get out of a couple of tackles there, and not enough people got there in time. Pretty poor on the defensive side of the ball.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down, 14 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's seconds
up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Mecole Hardman the intended target, but now it'll be third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing is Mahomes on third. Going up top. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And the Giants are going to take over at their own 41.
Feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess. That allows for extra yardage on the return.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Jones throwing on first down. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Throwing again on second down. Jones. And the Chiefs are going to get it. After that sack, third and long. Tough spot for Jones and the Giants. On third down, Jones looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Shepard. On first down, Jones. And it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. They'll find Hodgins there complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over
to their receivers, or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
Back to throw again. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. This to the sideline and nearly intercepted.
All game long, and they certainly want to keep him up the scoreboard here.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And this is incomplete. He misses yet.
He ends up throwing that one past his receiver that's open.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now here's Mahomes. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
Mahomes throwing on 4th. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with a foot. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. Here's Jones throwing to start the drive. His pass into the hands of Bellinger. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From the 27, Jones. And that is incomplete.
Just what they spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
Jones now From the gun on third down. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads.
Tackles are gained nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
Now Jones throwing on 4th down. And it's in. Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's got Rome. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. I don't think you can get any more efficient
play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big time.
And he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it. So the Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again. Things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Jones throwing on 3rd and long. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Here's Jamie Gillen now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there. On the return, it's Tony. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on. In fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Mahomes now on 1st down. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And they do get him down. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? Throwing now is Mahomes. Touchdown! Juju Smith-Schuster on the touchdown pass from Patrick Mahomes. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that mission, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
On 1st and 10, Jones. And And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away and down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Yeah, he'll be comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But they trim that lead down.
18. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Back to throw. Jones. And he whips that one incomplete there.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And the Giants are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Barkley is into the end zone. Touchdown, Giants. A 4th quarter touchdown there. Back to a 2-score game, but time is not their ally.
No, it's not, partner. They still have a pulse, but it's probably a little weak right now. A lot of things have to go right in these final 2 minutes plus for them.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on 1st down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense.
Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Now Mahomes on the bootleg. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense?
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Oh, it's a turnover on downs. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Jones. Little out route here, complete to Shepard. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. Jones. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Trent McDuffie with a pick, and the Chiefs are going to have it here as they're sit at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. Here's Jones. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than...
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all three timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. Mahomes going to throw it here. Open man is the tight end, Noah Gray. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big pickup there. Without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Hands it off out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. On third down, they're going to run for it here. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th